Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how I achieved this smoky, purple, lavenderish color, whatever you want to call it. I'd best describe it as a lavender, but with a little gray added to it. So, what you're going to need for this is an old t-shirt, preferably a dark color, a towel, white conditioner, hair dye of your choice, mixing bowls and tint brushes, comb, some hair clips, and some gloves. So to mix your dyes, you have to use a white conditioner. It has to be white so that it won't add any unwanted tints to your hair color. So I'm using two colors for a little bit of depth, but feel free to use however many colors you want. So just start by putting your white conditioner in your bowls. You can put however much you need depending on how much dye of each color you want. Next, you're going to grab your dyes, and I'm using Pravana ChromaSilk Vivids in the shade Violet and also in their black additive, which adds like a smoky undertone. Feel free to use any brand of dye that you want. I just chose Pravana because I've heard really good things about them and the color lasts for a very long time compared to other brands. I started by putting one drop of the violet in my first bowl, and that's what I really love about Pravana also, is that as you can see, one little tiny drop goes a really long way as the color is super purple already. And while it might be a little on the expensive side, you definitely get your money's worth and you definitely can continue to use this product for many redyes. So as I mix my first shade, there's really no method to my madness. I kind of just mix until I'm happy with the color. Here I add the black additive, which is completely optional. It just gives more depth and a little deeper tones to the purple. So it's less white based and it turns the purple more gray based, I guess you could say. I don't know, I really like it, so that's the look I was going for, so I used it, but you don't have to. Next, I just mix until I'm happy with the color. Like I said, no real method here, just go until you see something you like. Like I mentioned, I'm doing two colors just because I want a little more tones rather than just like that one shade of purple, but you don't have to. If you want one shade of purple, if you want 3 shades of purple, you can do however many you want. I'm just doing 2 for this tutorial. And you can see that in my second shade I'm using quite a bit more dye, so it's going to be a much darker color in comparison to the first color. So before you apply the dye, you're going to want to comb your hair or brush it. Just make sure there's no knots or tangles. If you have lusciously silky hair that never tangles, then feel free to skip this step, but I do not. So I also decided to work in sections because that's just what's easier for me. You don't have to. You can go however you feel comfortable doing it. But I do the bottom layer first and then I work my way to the top layer. I just clipped it up with a clip. Simple. As you can see, my hair is in dire need of a touch-up. First I took my first shade and then I applied it to a smallish section of my hair. Feel free to apply it to however big or small of a section you want, depending on what kind of look you're going for. I use my hands, but you can use the brush if you'd like. I just prefer to use my hands because I have better control over coating each strand and making sure that all of my hair is fully saturated in the color. But feel free to do whatever your heart desires. I took my second color and took another small section of my hair and applied that color, and for the rest of my hair I just alternated between the two colors. I used more of the dark color than I did of the light color, but you can do whatever you want. Once you're done dyeing your hair, you're going to want to let it sit for at least 15 minutes, but the more time the better. You can just do other things, you can eat, you can watch YouTube videos, you can do whatever you want in the time period, but just wait it out. Once you've let the dye sit for however long, you're going to want to rinse it out until the water runs clear. You don't necessarily have to shampoo it. However, if you think the color came out darker than you would have liked, sometimes shampooing it will release some of that dye and lighten it up a little. But remember, once you blow dry it, it's going to end up being a lot lighter. But this is my final look. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.